on June 13th, 2012 at 6 o'clock. Do the roll call. Councilor Rich Riley.
Here.
Councilor Jack McClave.
Here.
Councilor Tom Martine.
Here.
Councilor Marty Wing.
Here.
And Councilor Les Pallet is absent. Mayor Donnell Boggs is here. Consent calendar. Did you all receive the regular city council meeting minutes from May 23rd and the check register for May 2012?
Yes.
Did you have a chance to review?
Actually, the check register, I want to compliment Paul. That was very, very helpful.
Any questions, changes?
I had one question that was answered by Terry. If anybody's interested, you bought a fire cannon for the fire hall.
A fire cannon?
Yeah, it shoots out water to put out fires.
It seems like a deck gun. It's a
Yeah.
portable deck gun for fires.
A deck gun sounds as good as a cannon. too.
Yeah, well,
That's fire talk.
I think it'd be good for the parks.
Anything else?
Now that explanation, that little description does really help.
It did help.
I think Councilor Pallet would ask for that.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
We'll do everything.
All right. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion that we accept the regular city council meeting minutes of May the 23rd and the check register for the month of May 2012.
I will second.
All those in favor say aye.
Right?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. All right, public hearing to discuss use of state revenue sharing funds. We're gonna have an open public hearing, so I will now open the public hearing to discuss uses for state revenue sharing funds. Is there any public input on the proposed uses? Council, is there any
I think we have one.
Oh, okay, all right, Ann, we'll go ahead and have you
Ann Swain.
step up to the
Oh,
mic.
God, you guys, I can hardly walk because I'm old. Well, I like to tell people that because they don't expect a lot from me. At any rate, didn't we use revenue sharing in the past to do something with the roads? I just have questions. Did we use it to help any of our organizations or nonprofit organizations in town?
Yes.
Okay, well then, I didn't bother them.
Yeah, there is a capital outlay of 3,000 for roads.
3,000, okay, just curious, thank you.
All right, anyone else? Yes.
Susan?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Bill Brown, 624 Highway 101 South, Rockaway Beach, Chairman of the Nature Preserve and Waterways Committee. Only after Health and Human Services have been given their more than fair share out of this revenue sharing fund account, we would like to request as a committee the reimbursement of the money that we gave to the Seaview Park fountain project. Lars, if you remember correctly, we had taken a vote to actually formally ask the budget committee, and you and I talked, and you said possibly out of the revenue sharing fund. So just I wanted to make a public record that, and we talked about, Meals for Wheels, different health and human services getting, being a priority, and I certainly agree with that. But if there was anything at all in a remainder for that, we would appreciate having that money back into our account. Thank you.
I thought you were offering it up to the Seaview Lake project.
We did. Yeah, we did.
Well,
That was given out.
What's left in there, we're planning on using that for the Seaview Lake project.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Well, based on your offer, that's how we're going to partially fund the Seaview Lake project.
Absolutely. And what we were asking for is replacement of those funds in the 2013 budget. Every year, our committee receives or has a rollover balance of $3,000. It has not been used in the last few years. So we voted we had a motion to donate the money for the wiring and the replacement of the fountain at CV Lake. And then we had another member make a motion to request reimbursement of those funds for the next coming budget, so we would still have that $3,000 balance.
Well, but the project is going to occur in 2013.
No, actually, the project should be done by July 4th.
Well, I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, is Terry Walker here?
No, she's on vacation.
Okay. Christine Hayes here?
Cliff Gunderman, if I may speak,
Yeah, I'll have you come up.
All right, that's all I
I
have to
don't
say. Thank you.
understand what your funds are from. Was that the Nature Conservancy?
Yep.
Yeah. right.
Okay. It didn't happen, right? Mark?
Well, there is in the streets, roads and streets fund, there's $1,000 that were budgeted for 2013 for the, what do they call it, the Nature Conservancy.
Right.
And those $1,000 were, that was the amount that we were going to use for, or planning to use for Seaview Lake.
Seaview Lake.
But that money is not available until next year,
Okay,
starting July the 1st.
okay.
And there's also another $1,500 that's gonna come out of the wayside maintenance fund. Since we're building a new wayside, we can reduce the amount of maintenance money that's committed to that just for this particular year. You add those two together, that's $2,500, which is what Ms. Wall had asked for. And then with the Lions contribution and other contribution of city labor and materials, that's how we're gonna get the project done, based on what was described to us during the budget process.
So you've got 1,200, the Lions are donating.
$1,200, 1,200 plus went
Or
to
some of the
the, I'm
energy.
sorry.
I'm just trying to get the donations straight. in my
Right.
head. Bill Brown's groups has 1,000 in the budget now that they're donating to the project, get the,
No,
We were talking about last year's, but
This
this
is-
last budget
that's
we're
right.
passing on.
the
our money
2011,
we
2012
use.
budget, we gave $2,500 out of.
Well, there was only $2,000 in the 2012 budget for the nature preservation project anyway. So it was not 2,500. If you look at the budget, there was only 2,000. We
Oh.
reduced that amount for 2013, and that $1,000, you know, if you want to do the Seaview Lake project, that's one of the few options we have towards contributing to it. And, you know, that budget is the city's money, and you guys can, the council can decide to spend it any which way they want. You can either leave it in the nature preservation, or you can fund the Seaview Lake project.
so no funds have been paid to anybody yet, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, the $1,200, the 1,200 plus that the Lions gave was for the walkway and the pathway that's gonna go around the lake. We have paid that money, the lumber's been bought, it's been delivered to Neoconia High School, and the Leos and Jim Cox and his construction crew are gonna build that walkway. But it's another 300 and some odd dollars that's gonna have to be paid for by, I think the Lions are gonna pay for, to buy the rock and the landscaping for the pathway. That's gonna start close to where the old service station was and go all the way around the lake to the picnic tables that we supplied on the east side. What's left, that's the $1,200. There's no money, that money is not part of the fountain or the electricity,
But
period.
It's part of the whole project.
Part of the whole project, it's part of the project. We have gotten a bid from, what we want to do is put the fountain, get the fountain redone, going again, which the Lions put in 50 or 60 years ago when we chartered. PUD has offered to put a meter or whatever they have to do for $2,500 to put the meter up there. Miami Foley or Miami Cove electricians said they would do the wiring for the fountain pump for $1,600. PVC and wiring to run the PVC out to the concrete that's there is going to cost about $1,500 for wiring and PVC. Pathway lighting, which we want to put along the pathway, will run about $500. Cost for the pump is about $100, so totally we're looking at about $5,000. That would put the fountain operating and the walkway in and the lighting on the walkway. That's the initial project now. We have started about 2 years ago, and we got rid of a lot of invasive blackberries, ivy, willow trees. I mean, we had people come up and say, we didn't even know there was a lake there, and all of a sudden you can see the lake. The Lions have put in 4 picnic tables there, and the Leos from Neoconee County High School built 2 of them for us, and the Lions bought 2 other ones. We've seen people in there having picnics and eating their lunch on the picnic tables that we left there. Some wildlife has started to come in there. We saw ducks and a beaver and some geese come in there with their little babies. So it's starting to get some activity there. And I think one of the things that would be good for the state, or for the city, was to be a local attraction. And people would stop there with their RVs and rest. It's rest stop, a neighborhood improvement. We've gotten rid of a lot of invasive blackberries and all that sort of stuff. So it's just been a good project. And it's been a community project. Terry Walhood and myself and Terry Bowman's been in there, and a few other people. We even had some kids from the Coast Guard came and said, oh, we'll help. And bam, we had 3 or 4 kids from the Coast Guard come up and just help us on Monday. So every Monday we're there working, if weather permitting. So
You've done a great job.
thank you, Rich. So that's my spiel, and I appreciate anything the city can do for us. Appreciate it.
Okay. Council, is there any discussion or questions regarding the proposed uses? At this time, the city council can make a decision to approve the uses for the state revenue sharing funds. Do I have it in? Yes.
Close hearing.
Oh, okay, good. Put that after, sorry. All right, so I'm now closing the hearing for state revenue sharing. Do you need the time? 6:13. All right. So the city council can make a decision to approve the uses for state revenue sharing funds. Do I have a motion?
Well, there's a resolution later on in the agenda.
Okay, so we don't.
We can take it on with our new business right now.
Okay.
All right, so now we will do the public hearing to discuss proposed 2012-2013 fiscal year budget. I will now open the public hearing for the budget for fiscal year 2012-2013. Is there any public input on the proposed budget? And I've had 3 people who have signed up. So first is John Orloff.
Point of order, please. I'm new here and just gave me a very easy to sign up, but chief to speak to the council.
Yeah, we do it at the very beginning, before the meeting starts.
Can you still speak when you're here?
We go ahead and,
Council's pleasure.
we have a long meeting tonight, so.
That's fine, but can you still speak?
No, you had to have signed up beforehand.
Interesting.
All right, Mr. Orloff.
Thank you. My name is John Orloff. I live at 340 North Slope Way, Rockaway Beach, Oregon. I have received a rather disturbing report from one Tiffany Couch. I think other people have received it as well. Tiffany Couch is a CPA with the Acuity Group in Vancouver, Washington. The Acuity Group specializes in forensic accounting and financial investigation, and was called on to investigate financial irregularities in Malala and Oak Ridge. If you were following what's happened to those cities in the Oregonians, you would have seen the name of the Acuity Group. They have examined the budget and recent audits for Rockaway Beach. The following is the report from Tiffany Couch. The following addresses my concerns related to the 2012-2013 budget for Rockaway Beach. 1, the general fund is budgeted to have a negative fund balance at the end of both 2012 and 2013, as shown in Exhibit A, which I will hand out. The current budget document showing an inaccurate beginning fund balance is a positive resource for the city. This results in a falsely inflated, unappropriated fund balance in the budget.